It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's showtime. Geno Jones, showtime. Bam! Hey, if you're watching me live, Monday through Friday, around this time, 6:30 p.m. East Coast time, 5:30 in Chicago Central Time, out on the West Coast, 3:30 p.m. Tell everybody. So listen, I have a new goal, 1,000 new subscribers. Already qualified to be a YouTube partner. Because of you, we're at around 600. So I went from 0 to 600 with no marketing budget, no big celebrity shout me out. Just hustle and grind. And the love of you guys who have been fans for me. Some of you all have been down with a brother from day one. So I thank each and every one of my subscribers. Now I'm going to need you all to tell like 25, 50, 100 people, look in your phone contacts, and text everybody to subscribe to the channel. It's free. Subscribe, share, screen grab some of the video, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. It is must-see TV Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, unless it's a holiday or I'm taking some time off to take care of some other business. The Geno Jones Show brought to you by CM Transportation. If your business needs a transportation company that is dependable, reliable, and on time, not CP time, CM Transportation, LLC.net. Check them out online. CM like Mary, Transportation, LLC.net, or call 843. That's the area code. This is based here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. We call it the Low Country because we're like at sea level. Other parts of South Carolina are way above sea level. I digress. 843 area code 606-2702. 843 area code 606-2702. So let me start off. I got a guest talking about a big Juneteenth event. There's a lot of Juneteenth events happening next week. I'm going to double back to that. But today's monologue, I got a couple things I got to get off my chest, and it's all related to voting. And we got about 146 days until Election Day, November 5th. But in a lot of states, you'll be able to vote early. And why is that so important? Because I keep telling you that this is it's not a personality contest. It's not a horse race. It's not a beauty contest. It's not who you like. It's not who you want to have a beer with or smoke a joint with or have a drink with. It is a choice between your freedom and your oppression. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to prove it to you. Because folks already have the plans in writing on paper, 1,000 pages damn near, Project 2025. But first, some of the worst, I'm looking for the correct word, some of the worst purveyors, some of the best carriers in a negative way of anti-blackness, those who espouse the worst anti-blackness is some black people themselves. Here's an example. Rapper Curtis Jackson, a.k.a. 50 Cent, Fitty, very successful. Really, he's been a very successful, even more successful as a rapper, as a businessman, producing a lot of TV shows, Power. So he's been very successful producing TV shows. So he was recently in D.C. Now, I don't know why he was in D.C., who he was lobbying. I saw him taking pictures with this little short MAGA crazy, not the craziest bee of all, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the, what did she call her? My girl, sister from, and she's in the House of Representatives in Texas. Her name will come to me. But she called Marjorie Taylor Greene, what was it? Bad, bleach blonde, bad butch built body. So it wasn't that one. It was Lauren Boebert, who was fondling her date in a movie theater. She was being fondled, and he was fondling her. And like the security cameras in the movie theater, you see all this going on. I digress. But so 50 Cent took a picture with her. Don't know why. So one of the reporters asked 50 Cent about, this whole narrative, this wrong narrative, because I just got to call it what it is, okay? There's some in the media, because there's a lot of media, but there's a segment of the media, especially this white Christian, white nationalist, MAGA cult, state TV, Fox, fake news, they call it Fox News, is fake news, is anything but that. And then you have all the bootleg copycats version, Newsmax, One America Network, News Nation, is not quite as bad, and just a whole bunch of them out there. And a bunch of just far right-wing, racist, sexist, homophobic, misogynistic, anti-Semitic. I could go on. Just anti-anything that's people of color. So, but sometimes it's some of us that even are worse than the Steve Bannons and the Stephen Millers. So there's been this narrative out there. So let me dispel this. There's no significant number of black men that's going to be voting for Orange Hitler. We affectionately refer to him, some of you all call him 34, 45, 34 and counting, Donald J. The J stands for Jackass Trump. There's no data nowhere that shows black men supporting or voting for Orange Hitler in large numbers. Nowhere. And anybody that tells you that, they're lying. Because part of the MAGA cult media, they want you to believe that. Sowing dissent in the community. But anyway, so one of the reporters asked, well, do you think black men are going to support Donald Trump? Now, I'm paraphrasing the question. So Curtis, a.k.a. 50 Cent, said, I see black men identifying with Trump because they, black men, have RICO charges. So 50 Cent, you say black men have RICO charges. You never had a RICO charge. I don't know any of the rappers that I never knew. Basically, Eminem put you on. I don't know Eminem to get a RICO charge. I don't even know Dr. Dre to get a RICO charge. Got some domestic violence charges, yes. What happened with D. Barnes, which was cowardly. Now, I know and known a lot of black men in my family, relatives, guys I went to school with, former colleagues, current colleagues. I don't know any black man personally. Not one. Ne'er a one that's ever got a RICO charge. In case you wonder what a RICO charge is, it's like racketeering. So these are charges that like mob bosses get or drug lords. Basically, a RICO charge is they're charging you or accusing you of like trying to conspire to run some kind of criminal organization. Drugs, murder, prostitution, or just any type of corruption, you can get a RICO charge, all right? So, I don't know, these black men, 50, you want to be specific? You got data? You got receipts? Now, maybe in your circles, all the brothers got RICO charges. I don't know any black man that's got a RICO charge. So 50 cents, stop with the nonsense, man. Cut the bullshit. Stop it. You know better. Now, I don't know who's putting some money in your pocket, but stop with this. And oh, by the way, 50, and for men, brothers and sisters like you, who maybe think because you're doing well financially or you pretty well off, you're not a billionaire, but you doing all right, you in the millions or hundreds of thousands, and you figure you're making money and you kissing the MAGA ass, and if you think that's going to protect you, I'm going to let you in on something that's not a secret. It might be a secret to you and people, brothers and sisters that think like you. Your money, your fame and your money won't save you from the MAGA cult. When MAGA comes for you, it will not. I promise you. So stop disrespecting the culture and the community If you want to vote for Orange Hitler, go right ahead. Because they'll march your ass off into a concentration camp or an internment camp like they would do the rest of us if they get the opportunity. Because it's happened in America before. Just ask some Japanese Americans whose parents or grandparents were put in an internment camp, like a concentration camp, here on American soil. In New Mexico and Arizona back in the 40s, after Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, and then we dropped the 2 atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So if you don't think that it can happen here, listen. As a matter of fact, this is going to lead me to the next item in my monologue. If you don't think that there are people who are in high places that's part of this MAGA right-wing white Christian nationalist theology that wants a religious theocracy, basically they talked about ISIS and Al-Qaeda, which are theocracy. Okay, Iran, theocracy, run by a religious leader. Everybody basically has to worship the type of Islam that the leaders in Iran practice and want you to practice. Governments that are run by a certain narrow type of definition of a certain religion. That's what a theocracy is. So if you don't think that they would lock up and they've already talked about putting immigrants in internment camps. You think they're just going to stop with the immigrants after they round up all the illegal immigrants from Central and South America and Mexico and then from the Caribbean? What's to stop them from putting black folks who want to protest racism and bigotry? Be careful. If you don't think that there's part of this MAGA cult that would literally, they got the chance to burn down cities or entire sections of a city, let me remind you about the Tulsa Race Massacre, Memorial Day weekend, 1921. So let's fast forward to 2024. There are only 2 living survivors from that Tulsa Race Massacre. 2 beautiful, elderly black, one is Mother Leslie Benenfield Randall, Mother Randall, Benenfield Randall, Mother Randall, and Mother Viola Fletcher. I think Mother Randall's 109, and Mother Viola Fletcher is 110. They were little kids, and they actually lived through the Tulsa Race Massacre, to where the government, along with the Ku Klux Klan and other white races, burned down, flew the military, the state leaders that controlled the military in Oklahoma. There were military planes that flew and people who owned planes, and they got like these bombs, almost like homemade bombs, and they dropped them in the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, because they were jealous because you had a thriving black community that looked better and was more prosperous than the rest of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the racist white people couldn't stand it, and they literally burned down and bombed that neighborhood. Literally. They stopped counting after over 300 people, black people, were murdered during the Tulsa Race Massacre. So here we are today, 2 living survivors left. Mother Randall and Mother Fletcher filed a suit back in 2020, sued basically the city of Tulsa and the state of Oklahoma, asking to be compensated for reparations, to be paid for the pain and suffering and loss of everything. You had people that had successful businesses. They had hotels, movie theaters, hospitals, every kind of restaurants, every kind of business you could imagine they had in the Greenwood district of Tulsa. And the racists burned it. They bombed it to the ground. It was just smoldering ashes. And I believe his Mother Fletcher, one of the mothers, said to this day, she sleeps sitting up. She can't lay down in a bed. She actually sleeps sitting up because of the trauma that she is still living with 100 years later. 103 years later. So the Oklahoma Supreme Court threw out the lawsuit that those last two survivors had filed and didn't even have a good reason. Basically because they could. Now you had nine judges. You got 9 judges that sit on the Oklahoma Supreme Court. All white, none black. I wonder if any of those judges, their great-grandpappy or grandpappy or great-grandpappy or great-great-grandpappy was some of the men that burned down and bombed and murdered Mother Fletcher and Mother Randall's ancestors. And the state of Oklahoma said no. This is why voting is so important. My guest, our legal expert, Sean Mitchell, talked about it yesterday. Because really, your local elections, the politicians right around where you live, your mayors and your aldermen, alderwomen, council people, county presidents, state representatives, state senators, your local sheriffs, your district attorneys, your local district attorneys, governors, they control your life in a really up close and personal way every day. So when you don't vote, you allow judges to sit on your state Supreme Court to deny you or someone in your family the opportunity to try to seek some type of retribution and some type of justice. But when you allow people who want your demise and destruction to put people in places of power that share their worldview, you are giving your power to people who want your demise and your destruction. All right, let me shift gears and bring on my guest. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, Juneteenth week kicks off next week. It's going to be many, many, many celebrations all across America and here, as we call it, the Low Country. Here in Ridgeville. Ridgeville is a town just north of Charleston, South Carolina. There's going to be a celebration called Hollywood Swinging on June 21st. So I'm going to swing to my guest, and I'm going to let him tell you all about it. He is a part of that celebration. He goes by the name of Shakespeare the Artist. Welcome to the show, and thank you for your patience, and let me get my rant on, Brother Shakespeare.
Thank you, Brother Geno. It's a pleasure and honor you having me here today. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Well, I'm excited to have you on the show. So, listen, I'm throwing you the ball. I'm like Jaylen Brown tossing it to Jason Tatum, even though that should be blasphemy because I'm a Lakers fan. But what can I say? So, tell everybody about the event and then kind of give us the origin story, how the event and the organization came together.
Yes, sir. Well, like Mr. Geno was saying, my name is Antonio Rivers, affectionately known as Shakespeare the Artist. Born, raised right here in the holy city of Charleston, South Carolina, November 23rd, 1977. I first fell in love with art at the early age of 7. And through the years, art was just my thing. So I follow my passions, and that's my passion, that's my heart. And it just took me down all kind of roads, and it just leads me up to this present moment.
So Shakespeare, let me jump in. I'm going to ask, just kind of piggyback on what you were telling us. Specifically, what type of art do you specialize in?
All kind of art, like whatever I can get my hands on, a little bit of everything, a little bit of sculpture, physical art, digital art. I try to get into it all.
Is that
Artists,
banner behind you? Is that some of your work?
yes, sir. This is going to be the backdrop for the Hollywood
It
swinging
looks
for them.
great. I love it. Yes.
Yeah, it's almost finished. It's almost finished. It's in the making. All right. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to um, make a difference in the community. Um, have a lot of passion, a lot of love for those that's a little bit more less fortunate than others. So God put it upon my heart to host this dance for special needs people, those with disability, autism, mental health issues, and so I got together with a few people. I went to the Crate group, and that's where my mentor at, Brother Bannister, and we got to talking, and then I went back to my church, and we got to talking, and through all of that,
Shout your church out.
Faith Assembly of God in Ridgeville, South Carolina.
All right,
That's where we're going to be.
Who's the pastor?
The pastor, Tim Robertson. Yes.
All right, Pastor. You said Robinson?
Yeah, Robertson.
Oh, Robertson. All right, Pastor. We got to shout you out too.
All right. So this event, we're calling it Hollywood Swinging. We're calling it a night of miracles based on God's word. So it's going to be a grand event. It's going to be formal dress attire, red carpet event, catered dinner, photo, dancing, and just fun. It's going to start at 6 p.m. at the Faith Assembly of God Church in Ridgeville, South Carolina. That's 1185 Cypress Campground Road in Ridgeville.
Give us that address again.
1185 Cypress Campground Road, Ridgeville, South Carolina.
So let's talk about that night. I know you've got a lot of different events you kind of talked about. So why don't you let everybody know? I'm sure there's going to be live entertainment.
Yes, sir.
You got a lot of sponsors. I don't know. I know you say you're going to be focusing on mental health or people who are less fortunate. So I'm sure you got some big sponsors that's going to contribute to help out that cause. So tell us about them and shout them out.
All right. So shouts out to the Crate Group, Naturally Locked, Sydney Professional Barbershop, and Faith Assembly of God Church. Yeah.
You got live entertainment. Who's going to be performing that night?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. And especially shout out to our live entertainment band by the name of Fall Dove. So we'll have a live band there performing for those special needs people. Yes, sir.
So why is this event such a passion for you? What was the inspiration for you wanting to really give back and assist the special needs community? I'm sure there's a backstory there. If you don't mind, share that with us. What's the passion and inspiration that's driving you to put this on?
Well, I believe the passion is, and it has always been for me. Like I said, I have love for everyone, and I feel that we're all equal. Even coming up through school, I always treated everyone's the same. I believe that if me and my friends are together and I'm sipping on Kool-Aid, I want them to have Kool-Aid too. I don't want to just give them water. I feel like we're all equal, and I feel like as the world, we need to all grasp on that and share love amongst one another and just keep spreading the love, instead of talk down about the next man, let's uplift them. Yeah, that's what I believe in. So that's my passion. That's my heart. I'm always willing to give the shirt off my back to the next man because that's just who I am.
Well, really, our ancestors were brought here from West Africa. And a lot of times, too many times, I think that not just us, but just America, because America don't really want the full and true history about America taught. But a lot of times when we think of our history, we think it started at like 1619 when the first Africans came from West Africa and wound up in Virginia. But our legacy goes way beyond that. I mean, our ancestors that invented vaccines from the continent of Africa and built the pyramids and math and science, and people like Mansa Musa, and just so that's a whole nother story. But it's great that you want to give back. My mother who's watching me now always says, Jeannie, when you allow God to use you as a vessel to be a blessing to other people, your blessings will come down from the heavens like raindrops from the sky. And so you are doing that. So let's talk about your work as an artist. So are you taking commission work? And if you do, what kind of commission? Is it paintings? Is it sketches, sculptures? Kind of let everybody know where they can go and check out your work. And maybe if they want to put a commission order, if you take commission orders, where they can hire you to do some artwork for them. Or buy
Yes,
some
sir.
of your artwork that you may have on display.
Yes, sir. I do commission artwork, and you can find me and look me up on Instagram under Shakespeare the Artist. Um, yes, I'm very I'm very reachable. I'll
So
put
you,
it that way.
so you do. So kind of give us a rundown of what all you. I see that work behind you. It looks great. Painting. Do you do any sculpting? Murals. Just
So
kind of give us, give us some details, man, on everything that you can do. You said everything, but give us a list of what some of those things are. You
well,
specialize in.
like I said, well, basically a lot of my artwork, I'm not gonna say all my artwork, basically uh African art. Uh, Mostly 80% of my art is African art. I also, do other arts, but basically, my art basically, I consider it as collage art. So in my art, I'm always telling a story, and
Okay.
the stories are pretty deep. Some things look normal, some things look unusual, but it all has a story, it all has a background, and it all comes from a deep place. Different dreams I have, different things that I get from my ancestors. It's just a collaborations of a lot of things.
Well,
And I
listen.
take my life experiences and different career experience, and I add all those to my artwork as well.
Well, listen, Shakespeare. I'm excited about this event. It's a black tie event. So go ahead, y'all
Yeah.
need to put the tux in the cleaners, or go ahead and rent the tux or your little black suit. Ladies, you can pull out that black dress or your red dress. A part of Juneteenth celebration next Friday, June 21st, Hollywood Swinging. Once again, let everybody know where they can get tickets, if they can pay at the door, even if they can't make it, if they want to donate to the cause and support the nonprofit or your organization, and give them the address of the event one more time. Give us all that
Right.
information and where we can follow you on social media.
Okay, once again, you can follow me at Shakespeare the Artist on Instagram. And the address again at Faith Assembly of God Church at 1185 Cypress Campground Road, Ridgeville, South Carolina. And also get your ticket today, as soon as possible, next Friday, 6 p.m. Tickets are only $10 a ticket. And you can contact me at 262-818 4632.
Yeah, give us that number again.
262-818 4632.
Got you. Now, can people pay at the door?
Yes, sir. They can
Okay.
also pay at the door. Yes, sir.
All right. Shakespeare the Artist, thank you for coming on, man. I'm excited. Next Friday is going
All
to
right.
be a.
Thank you, Brother Geno.
No, well, thank you, and continue much success with your artwork and this huge event. I know this is just the beginning of some exciting things that you got in the works. Shout out to brother Kendrick Bannister, brother Al.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's a good dude. We're excited. So congratulations in advance. Once again, thanks for coming on the show. Shakespeare the Artist. Hopefully everybody will come out and join him and support. This is a worthy cause to support the community, those who are in need. just in the Ridgeville and guess Charleston area, basically, right? Is that the proceeds are going to help people in the community?
Yes, sir. Proceeds are going to go back to the Department of the Disability Boards of Charleston, Chester, Berkeley. Yeah, we're giving back.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
That's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Man, God bless you, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for
God
coming
bless
on.
you too.
You got a permanent home here on the show, man. We'll see you again.
All right. Thank you, sir.
My man, Shakespeare the
All right.
artist. Good dude. Let me just, give me a second, everybody. Let me just do this. I want to thank once again Brother Shakespeare for coming on. Hey, listen, thank you for letting me be a part of your life. Shout out to everybody watching me live right now. God bless each and every one of you. You and especially you. God most of all. The Geno Jones Show. So help me out, guys. New goal. I already qualified to be a YouTube partner, but now I want to go to the next level. So my goal, 1,000 new subscribers in the next 60 days. So tell everybody in your contacts, 25, 50, 100 people, 200, doesn't matter. Copy, text, tag the page. You can copy and paste the link to the show. Copy and paste it. You can tag somebody's page. You can text them. You can copy. You can paste that link and text it to them. You can copy, paste, and email it to them. You can send it by carrier pigeon. You can put a message in the bottle with the URL address on there. I don't care how you do it, but tell them to subscribe, share, rip some of this video, screen grab it, like and binge watch this and every episode. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. The Geno Jones Show brought to you by CM Transportation. If your business needs a transportation company that is dependable, reliable, and not on CP time, but on time, CM Transportation, LLC.net, CM Transportation, LLC.net, or call area code 843-606-2702, 843-606-2702. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check him out on IG, on Instagram, Kel B Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones, Bruce Gage, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Allie Jones, check out her and her Lexi Jones collection, LX.NCL_LX.NCL_. Bruce Gage, Miglio di Mario Uomo, and Flyball the store. Miglio di Mario Uomo, it's an Italian name. Migliodimariouomo, Migliodimariouomo. You can just do a search, Miglio di Mario Uomo. D is D-I because it's Italian. Or Flyball the store. Real simple. Flyballthestore.com. FLYBALLTHESTORE.com. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Thanks for watching me live, everybody. I love you. If you missed any of this episode, go back and binge watch it, and be sure to screen grab, rip some video, copy and paste the link, copy, paste it, email it, tag it, text it, share it to everybody you know. Thanks for watching, and tell them to be sure to subscribe, because the Geno Jones Show is always available 24/7. All my episodes right here on the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. I'll holler.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.